right, we'll call the meeting to order. If you would stand with me for the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, I'd like to welcome you all to the Monday, October 6th Planning Commission meeting. First item on the agenda is approval of the minutes from the September 15th meeting. Andrew had emailed you all those. Unless you see any changes, I'll entertain a motion and second to approve.
I move.
Second.
Let the minutes be approved.
All right, any further discussion on that? Andrew, call roll when you're ready.
Motion on the floor to approve the September 15th, 2025 Plan Commission meeting minutes. Dick?
Yes.
Bob?
Yes.
Bryan?
Yes.
Jack?
Yes.
Mayor?
Yes.
Tyson?
Yes.
Motion carried, minutes approved.
All right, item 2 on the agenda is a use variance for a spa in an R2 district for Mary Valdez at 519 East Butler Street. Andrew, whenever you're ready, if you want to bring us up to speed on that, please.
All right, this is the old American Legion building. It was sold in 2018 and was converted over to residential. Mary Valdez would like to turn this back into a commercial to operate her massage therapy spa, Renaissance Retreat. It'd be operated by Mary and her daughter, so they'd have 2 employees. At the most, they would service 2 patrons, 1 employee per patron. So most, we're looking at 4 cars there at one time, 6, if a new client arrives while the old one's still in there. Hours of operation, she was figuring on somewhere around between 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Occasionally, she would have a bridal shower or an event where there may be more cars there than the normal 4. Correspondence received for this request. Jamie Hall sent an email, which I forwarded you guys last Friday. She was against the use variance to allow the spa because of traffic concerns. Richard Brandt, I talked to him on the phone. He was against the request. And I talked to Duke Hutchins in person. He was against the request. And late Friday, you should have received an email from me with a petition with 30 signatures from citizens in the neighborhood stating they are against the use variance request. Unfortunately, Mary was not able to make it to today's meeting, prior obligations. She is out of the state, I believe. Yeah. David Hawkins is here to answer any questions, represent her that you guys may have on this request. Is there anything you would like to add?
No, you summed it up. You summed it up pretty well. Yeah.
Okay.
Is there anyone from the public that would like to speak on behalf, either for or against, other than the comments that were already received? I mean, we've already received the petition, so we're aware of that. Duke, feel free to please step up to the podium.
I live directly across the street, and I went around personally talked to all the people that signatures that you received. None of them want the commercial. They don't want the traffic. I live directly across the street, as well as there's 4 houses there. You've got all the landowners' signatures there, the people that live across the alley behind, on up Butler Street. Nobody wants the traffic. And what's been posted on Facebook is concerning me a little bit, as far as she's already started trying to get people so she can put products and more, sounds like more traffic to me, selling commercial stuff in there. So I'd like to keep it residential, just, yeah, to have a commercial business in a family neighborhood, kids, got the new park up there, don't need more traffic. So that's kind of my concerns. And if you go to sell your property, it's going to devaluate that, so nobody's going to want to buy right across from a commercial business, you know, so it's kind of about what I got to say.
Okay, thank you.
Can I respond to the traffic issue?
Yeah, sure, please step up to the podium so the recording will get you.
As far as the concern with the traffic, when you think about the Legion that was there was certainly a lot more traffic with that than what my daughter's talking about. Her business is based on appointments. And so the customer will come, client will come, they'll have their appointment, and then they'll leave. So we're talking, he mentioned it too, you know, we're only talking 4 cars at the most probably at one time. So there's not going to be a lot more traffic, and even less than what was there with the Legion.
With the approval of the use variance, Andy, I mean, what's to stop somebody from taking it further and adding to that? And basically that would create more traffic. So if she did do other things in the future, that, I mean, is there anything to stop it once this use variance passes?
As long as it remains a spa, obviously she can't go and throw a bar in there. Well, without coming back to us for.
But like say she wanted to run some kind of store or something out of there.
She was
Could it be
selling
done?
spa products,
What?
you know, if you're selling, you know, products that were used in the spa, if it was moisturizers and things like that, it would be, I would think, allowable because it's part of the business. But, you know, she couldn't sell candy bars.
Like, okay, we're gonna have a knitting class from 6 to 8, she would be able to do that with the commercial.
Or even split the building and add another business to it. Could it be done
No.
after this is approved? Okay.
No, because this is only for the spa
Correct.
with 2 people.
So, yeah, say if this was approved and she, for some reason, didn't like this location, another spa could go in there, anything else commercial could not, without having to come to this board and getting prior approval.
Fair enough.
Thank you.
Duke brought up an interesting point on the Facebook post and the vendors. From my looking at it, it looked like mostly spa products, but there was some craft items that appeared. Looked like one girl was trying to raise money for college books and was knitting
Right,
little animals. But they're not gonna be there selling these products. The products are just gonna be there for Mary to sell, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes, correct.
Well, I certainly appreciate the entrepreneurial spirit of someone starting a new business. I think that's very remarkable. And however, I weigh the fact of the petition with that many signatures opposing weighs heavily on my decision. And with that in mind, I will make a motion that the variance be denied.
Is there
I'll second.
Okay, Bob. All right, Andrew, when you get a chance, call roll.
Who seconded?
Bob did.
Motion on the floor that the use variance for a spa be denied. Dick?
Yes.
Bob?
Yes.
Brian?
Yes.
Jack?
Yes.
Mayor?
Yes.
Tyson?
Yes.
Motion carried, use variance denied. That concludes item number 2. David, can I get your phone number, or write your phone number next to your name there? And give you a call after the meeting?
All right, item 3 on the agenda is site development plan approval for Fountain Creek Senior Villas at 300 West Fountain Grove Drive. Andrew, I'll give you a minute to finish your note-taking there, but when you're ready, if you want to fill us in on that project as well.
Actually, I'll turn it over to
Dawn?
Dawn, and she can give us a presentation.
Good afternoon. Thank you for allowing us to come and speak about our proposed project today. I'm Dawn Fitzcharles. I'm here on behalf of the Williams County Port Authority, as well as the Williams County Housing Partners, LLC, which will be the ownership of this project, for the site development of Fountain Creek Senior Villas. This project truly represents a hard-fought hallelujah. We have been working on housing for a long time, and I think the first time I was part of a planning commission meeting was 2018. And so there's been many years of tireless efforts trying to get a product in which would work in the area that we have. We have toured multiple different development sites, and we are excited and proud for the one that we have for you today. We all recognize that we need to address our growing housing shortage, and senior living development really offers an opportunity at twofold. Hopefully it will have a place for our older adults to go and live, and then open up single-family or other rental spaces. Fountain Creek Senior Villas is a 50-unit, single-story senior rental community that is proposed to be located at 300 West Fountain Grove Drive in Bryan, Ohio. We have Craig Staggs here, who's our project engineer, and will be working on the team. They have been working with Andy and Bryan to get through some of the technical details, and we feel pretty confident about the site layout, infrastructure connections, drainage, and other engineering components of the project. So I'm going to hand it over to Craig, and we would be happy to answer any of your questions.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Craig Staggs. I work for McCarty Associates down in Hillsborough, Ohio. We have linked up with Don and Keegan and them to help get this going. In front of you are a site layout, site utility, and then plan and elevation views of the buildings that were requested per the city. This site has 50 units, a community building with shelter that's roofed, and then another patio just to the north of it, along with I think a 36 by 36 little dog park just to the east. There were, I think, about 5 different items that were in question or we needed to look at per you two. We, down in the lower section, we did go ahead and connect and put a manhole instead of the sanitary lateral, as extending the sanitary all the way to the north end of the property. Another big concern was there were, I think, 3 different sets of buildings that had a dead-end street. We did take those out The concern was for the automated trash and snow removal. So we did make sure we accommodated that. And then we've been working with, I think his name is Brock, right, with the utility?
Yep.
So we're in talks with him about the electric, because we originally had it coming off Portland, and now he had discussed there's another line back there that has more use over there. So we are still early in the site utility as far as that goes, but we're reaching out to everyone to accommodate as much as we can.
Could you orient us to the map, to the layout?
Yes, over here is Portland, and then this is Fountain.
Fountain Grove.
Yeah.
And I just want to confirm, there is an in and out on Portland, but that's going to be gated and that's for emergency personnel, is that correct?
From
Or
my understanding,
Keeping it open?
you guys wanted two
Open.
accesses, so they should
Okay.
both be open.
But there's also an entrance exit on Fountain Grove as well?
Yes, it's kind
It's
of
on a
hard
different
to see,
slide.
but there's one here, and then the other one's up top.
Okay.
Correct.
And where's green space?
They've got the detention,
In the upper right corner,
Yeah, so this is an 11-acre piece of property. There's green space there, and then at the community building, there's green space. And all of these areas are green space. And then we have a detention pond down here, but there's all green space down in here too.
Two detention ponds.
2 detention ponds, correct. And then we do have both of those through the calc sheets that are provided online. We have those going into Portland.
yep. And I will note that, as he said, our office has reviewed the plans. We went back and forth a few times, and we're generally satisfied with everything. And again, if these are approved, we will, again, just recommend that you allow final site design to be approved through the engineer's office to allow BMU and us to finalize any further connections or anything that needs to be made. But generally, we're satisfied with the layout and everything else in there.
Would like to note out landscape plan
Correct,
will be approved at a later date
correct.
with the city arborist.
I just want to mention, I certainly appreciate McCarty and Associates, but also the Port Authority. They've been working with us to find suitable housing all over this community for, 6 years? 5? It's been 5? Okay. It's been a long haul. I appreciate you guys continuing to support the conquest of that and that, all the work that you put in as volunteers for our community and all the communities in Williams County. Appreciate the engineering departments for both BMU and the city also working through all these details, because I know there's been a lot of extra work since OFA announced the grant funds, so.
Andrew, I just want to verify, there's 2 things we're doing. We're doing a development plan review, and we're asking for a variance for a parking setback, but it's technically not parking, it's a circulation pathway that's actually in the parking setback. Correct? It's just 2 items we're asking for today, correct?
Yes, and I apologize for that. I did not have a chance to review these with our street projects going on. And I noticed that they need a variance for this circulation aisle along Portland Street. The setback is 40 feet. And their circulation aisle is in that. See if I can find it blown up. Let me see.
I think our code is kind of confusing. It says parking setback.
Yeah.
Most people think it's parking. We consider it parking and circulation aisle, so I think it's something we can work through, but, again, I don't have an issue with it personally, so It doesn't make me a huge difference there, because there's no parking on your street there anyways, so it shouldn't be an issue.
I think part of the setback is so that we know that there's enough room for cars to back out and maneuver, and if it's just a circulation drive, that cuts out
Correct.
the.
Yeah, that's why I don't feel it's an issue personally. I don't have any heartburn over the circulation aisle being within the parking setback,
Yeah.
because it's technically not parking and it won't be a vision issue.
Yeah, so it'd be a 20-foot relief of a 40-foot parking setback, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's just a technicality.
Correct. That's why I wanted to state for the board that they will be asking for a parking setback variance, but it's solely for a circulation aisle, not for parking, because by definition, anything paved by definition is considered parking.
Gotcha.
But technically, it's not parking on their plan, it's for circulation. So I just want to clarify that for you guys.
And all of these will have a one-car garage, right? All the units? Yeah, so the parking that's set aside is mostly if like grandkids come over to visit or if they happen to be a two-car home. But a lot of the folks that Dawn and I visited when we went to check out one of these locations by the same developers, they were widowed, single, one car, small car usually, that was in the garage and off the curbing and you couldn't even see it. So there weren't a lot of cars just sitting around parked in that development.
And
So it's
also-
actually utilized as a street when you go into the developments.
Right.
Its own little
Yeah.
community.
Yeah.
And as far as the parking, I believe comes out to 2.25 parking spots or something like that per unit. Originally, like the first set of plans that we had, that the architects did, they were utilizing the space outside of the garage, but per your zoning, you have to be able to get in and out. So we have accommodated and put in enough parking. You know, we're counting the 50 garage spots, but then there's still enough parking per the zoning, and then you're still gonna have people that, pull into, behind the garage.
So you still have an extra spot on top of the 2.5. You technically have
Exactly.
3.5.
Exactly, so you have a lot more parking than, so there should never be a reason why anyone would be parked on the street.
Right.
So do we want to
We're gonna ask for public
entertain,
comment.
pardon me?
Public comment.
Okay.
Is there anybody from the public that has any questions?
Did you say there's an opening on Portland?
Yes, that's correct, Jeannie.
And what, is that for the people to get in and out of?
Correct.
Because originally, when this was planned, we were told that there was no openings going to be on Portland. Everybody would come and go from Fountain Grove.
Right, and I think that was a different developer, I believe.
And it was the same developer.
The same developer? Okay.
Is it your preference for fire safety?
Fire prefers that we have a second access to this, yes. It's going to add a lot of distance to travel for emergency, not just for us, but for EMS. And with the elderly population, we expect that we're going to make a few more trips there, that additional access on Portland becomes very beneficial.
How far north is this property line going? I mean, compared to the subdivision across Autumn Chase?
I believe the proposed property line was just north of this red dash line.
About 10 feet.
Yeah.
So that opening,
So about where that stone drive is?
Would be about right here, Jeannie.
that opening,
Yeah, it's just north of the current homes that are there, but it's across the street from the newer.
then I.
So maybe the third or fourth new lot north?
Okay, I do think we need to make a suggestion then for the police department, because the way people go flying down there, we've had motorcycles going.
Well, I think I've asked anybody in there to call the police chief if there's a specific time they're going, because they do.
It's not a specific time.
Well,
It's-
they do monitor it down there as frequently as they can.
So Mayor, we set up our speed zone sign last week, or 2 weeks ago. We had it set up for 9 days straight, and the average speed, I know it's posted at 25 mile an hour, the average speed was 34 miles an hour down there. That was the average. The peak, there was somebody that, few people that ran 45, but the mean speed was 34 mile an hour through there, and I did pass that along to the police chief, so he's gonna try and address that a little bit through there to try and slow people down a little bit, but we didn't have any 100 mile an hour people, we didn't have any 50 mile an hour people, but there was generally a lot of people that ran 25 to 30, but the mean average speed was 34 mile an hour through there.
If most of them would run 25 to 30, even 35, it wouldn't be bad. But
Right.
even the school buses are speeding through there.
That you
Everybody
can,
does.
I was gonna say, if you have a bus number, you can call the school and report that. And they can
Absolutely.
talk to the bus driver.
They're commercial drivers, they should know to obey.
I don't disagree, but I've had to call on a couple of them in the past too. They
I'm
don't.
just thinking when you guys said, if grandkids come over and visit there, and then with that opening, I was just thinking if the child would be out that way, like on the sidewalk, I would just be fearful for them, because, it is fast. I would say there's times they've been going 50 and 60 easily. And
We didn't have any that we documented, but I get it, Jeannie, I understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm just thinking of a safety issue.
Right. I know I'd much rather have the entrance on Portland Street than I would on South Main, though. As far as traffic goes. I'm relating the Portland Street to South Main Street. The traffic on Portland is way different than South Main,
Would be a
Yeah.
disaster.
Yeah, and the amount of traffic generated here isn't gonna be, 50 units, they're retired people. I don't, do you have a trip generation study at all that you had figured?
I don't know that she's worried about the people that are living in the sub.
No, I know, but I'm just trying to figure out the amount of traffic that's gonna be generated through here. Dawn, do you have any?
I don't have specific counts, but what I will tell you is that some of these folks won't actually have a car.
Correct.
And they'll receive services, because that's really what Frontier's primary focus is. So they'll have people that will come in and serve, quite a few of them.
Right,
So not every unit's going to have a car.
right.
I don't think it's those people I'm as worried about as the people that are already coming and going down Portland Street.
Right.
It's not this that I'm as concerned about, because if they're all going to be over 55, is that true, age-wise?
Yes,
And they're going to be retired type people?
correct.
Okay. Not them I'm just concerned about, it's the other people traveling up and down Portland. And even Fountain Grove's gotten kind of.
I think,
bad.
again, if you see something specific, I just ask that you call the police department a little closer to the time frame you saw it so that they can put someone in the area, because we've done the said studies. A lot of times that sign needs to be on Main Street though, because people are going faster there than they are in Portland. And we did have someone 6 months ago at 6 a.m. that my husband was out walking and he called on and they got busted for going way too fast. But you gotta kind of do it as it's coming
When you
in.
talk to the police department, I know it's hard because where they can sit on Portland is so obvious it's
Yeah.
them and everybody's hitting the brakes.
Right.
But,
Yeah, that's
no,
part of the
It's
issue
just a
too.
question how far up that was. And,
Yeah, it shouldn't be anywhere near your backyard for
yeah, I was
lights.
I figured it was probably a fire department request because I know you wanted it for the other subdivision.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Newcomer?
I feel the need to put some context into this discussion. In fact, we have, after 5 years of effort, convinced the feds and the Ohio Department, through the governor, to put $10 million plus into Bryan, Ohio. That's how we get here. In addition to that, if we succeed in getting these units occupied by seniors and they give up their houses, that saves us the cost of developing what subdivisions that would give us housing for them. That's another $3 million we've saved. So in the context of the fact that you have most of the major employers in Bryan, Ohio, short on help, can't get the people they need, and that's because of housing, the context of the need for this project should be very clear to you. I do not want to be held back by concerns about people disobeying the speed limit.
I don't think that's.
It's not our problem.
Yeah,
Well,
that's not the case.
Sorry, but, I mean, this is the reality. This is extremely important and beneficial project for Bryan. Extremely and important.
No, I would agree with that and echo that, Mr. Newcomer, and I think it speaks to, Dawn and I went and visited with a former council member several years ago because there had been multiple requests for a 3-story senior living apartment in that area, as well as another area in town that the public did not have a lot of goodwill for, and that's understandable. It doesn't really fit within our landscape, and so Dawn was able to find a 1-story complex for seniors that is going to have services for them. They have their own community building, so if they want to have a birthday party, the family can come and do that. You can see there's plenty of parking in that area. And I think that this will be so essential towards step forward on our housing shortage. And, I mean, there were 5 or 6 applications within the community of Bryan to Ohio Housing Financial Authority that were denied before this one was actually approved. So this has been a long thought-out process. I think that we all collaboratively worked together to make sure we had something that fit within the demographic and landscape of neighborhoods, and I think this is going to fit the bill. Dawn and I saw units that were 12, 13 years old. They showed no sign of deterioration or wear. Landscaping was meticulous and kept up. There were no weeds around. So it's the same community group that's going to be managing this one as well.
With regard to the exit on Portland Street, it's my understanding that a lot of effort had to go into reshaping the layout of this development to make it fit and get reasonable access. All that, I think, has been done in coordination with your planning department. And as far as I know, we've met their concerns. So that's all I have to say.
Jeannie, if you look at the map there, you can see the drive with relation to the last house on Spring Meadow.
Yes.
That's probably the third lot north, the third new lot north.
It might be the second.
I'd say.
Probably the second.
Second.
No, like I said, it's not so much, I'm worried about how these people are going to drive. It's just what we currently
No, I know.
going on, that's all.
But,
And I
but the
didn't
other
know-
piece is because you have backyards and an open field, like having something where people are watching it may help them slow down too, right? Because right now they're looking at an open field and some greenery and backyards, so they don't think, hey, a child's gonna run out or anyone's gonna come out. And the hope is, as we build across the street, they're gonna say, you know what, this is residential, it's clearly residential. Kind of like people speed in front of the old school on Portland because it's green space, but they used to actually go 24 miles an hour back in the day because there was a school out there. So I hope that the construction helps versus hinder the public.
The traffic has been a little bit slower because of the construction going on north.
Sure.
Hey, Jeannie, can you come up here to speak?
Oh, sorry,
The
they
recording's
can't
not
hear
picking
you.
you up, I'm sorry. I hate to have you do that, but,
It's all right.
yeah. I know one thing I will compliment these guys on is one point of egress, that is good design. I would rather have one place where everybody's pulling in and out than 50 driveways where people are backing out. You have one controlled exit, so I mean, that's good. Rather than having 50 places out on Portland Street where people are backing out. So,
I agree 100%.
Yeah, that is a good thing, so.
I wasn't privy to knowing that there was going to be one, and this is the first time I've heard it.
Right, I think emergency services, like fire chief
And I
said.
fully understand for the fire department, because
Sure.
we kind of feel a little bit like that.
You've got the same thing.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
right, yep.
So, no, but I'm just, from what I've seen, you can't get up out of your chair fast enough. They're traveling that fast that they are literally gone.
Right.
And I don't want to blame an age group, but it's the people that ride the faster motorcycles and that kind of thing. And, well, there are cars too.
Right.
But, no, that was my only concern for these people pulling out onto Portland.
Okay,
That's my concern,
okay,
okay? And
Okay.
then if there's little children, as long as they're watching their grandkids, it shouldn't be a problem, right?
yeah, they shouldn't be living there, it's 55 and older, so we should be good.
Yeah, but that was when you said they'd be pulling out, because
Right.
it can be pretty nasty right there.
Okay,
So
I
that's it.
think it's a matter of enforcement by the police department.
Correct.
Yes, it is.
And as things, construction and so
Yeah.
forth, and
I
when the
think-
project is completed, then that's going to add another dimension and reason for better enforcement
And
of
I
the
think that
speed
will
law.
be true. I think once it gets built and everything, I think the police will be out there a little bit more.
Yep, I agree.
But, that was my only concern, was for anybody pulling out
Sure.
onto that right there.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Jeannie.
Uh-huh.
Anyone else in the public have questions or comments? Mr. Brown?
I'm David Brown, developer, and try to adhere to the laws and try to think ahead. Sidewalks interconnect to the city sidewalks. Where are they? Is there any access going to the east? If it's possible, I think there's no property that you could interconnect to it. So these people could walk to the backside of Chief Supermarket, all the stores on that side. I mean, we put them in a hole and say one driveway in, and then we say, oh, you're supposed to be healthy. Well, there's no place they could walk to. They can't ride their bike, the go-karts, the personal mobility devices, that kind of thing. If there could be, I'm not saying hold up somebody smarter than me can certainly figure that out and do a better job of it.
2 sidewalk connections, one at the north end, one towards the south end, out to Portland Street. So one there at the north end.
Sidewalk?
2 sidewalk connections to the Portland Street
There's
sidewalk.
one, okay.
Yep, there's one there, which connects to our sidewalk on Portland, and then one up the north end, where that connects.
Okay.
And as far as going to the east, there's that big dirt mound between there and
Yeah.
the grocery, so there's no,
There's no way to get there.
and this property isn't contiguous with that property either, so.
Dirt bike mobility devices, that'll be the thing to go right up over the top.
You might be able to do it with your dirt bike, but, yeah.
We'll video it when you go out there, Dave.
Right, no, other than that, I mean, the concept is great. I mean,
Yeah.
you make housing, any housing.
Sure.
Whether it be high-end housing, low-end housing, it's new housing, somebody moves up into it, fills the old house.
Yep,
That's where you get low-cost housing, is by building better houses. People move up into them, their old house becomes a low-end house pretty soon.
correct.
Anyhow, okay.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else? Brock, do you have anything from utilities? Al?
I got a question. Well, what's proposed is great. Is there any talk in the future, expanding to the north or to the east with what Isaac has left? Curious.
It would be a prime opportunity to potentially do that one day. Ultimately, it depends on what the Ohio Housing Finance Agency dictates the parcel that's the most eligible.
Okay.
If that's, so it could or it could not.
Okay.
Thank you.
But I'm not optimistic. They're not happy with us, to be blunt.
Any commission members have any questions or comments?
I'd make a motion that we approve the plan approval development plan there.
Wait a minute.
We have to do a variance too.
Can we do the variance first?
Yeah, let's do the variance first. Yes, I would like to have a motion, I'll make the motion,
There you go.
to approve the parking setback variance to allow for the circulation pathway within the parking setback.
Second.
Yeah, I'm gonna modify that to motion to approve, or motion for a 20-foot relief of a 40-foot parking setback. Along.
For the circulation pathway. I want to state that because I don't want parking in it. They have dedicated parking areas around there. There shouldn't be any parking in it anyways.
All right, motion, grant 20-foot relief of a 40-foot circulation aisle parking setback. Good?
Close enough.
I still second.
Okay, still second. All right. Bryan,
Yes.
Mayor,
Yes.
Tyson,
Yes.
Bob,
Yes.
Dick,
Yes.
Jack.
Yes.
All right, motion carried, variance approved.
And if there is a motion to approve the development plan, I would request that you add to the end of it that you allow final site plan and landscape plan approval through the city engineer's office.
They're gonna put a bunch of hydrangeas in, it's gonna be gorgeous.
Second.
No, that's your.
Oh, you want me to say it?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm
Okay,
asked-
so moved. How's that?
There you go.
He said he's gonna make the motion, so.
Yeah.
We have a second by
I'll
Mr.
second.
Hallett.
Okay, so there's a motion on the floor to approve the site development plan with final site and landscape plan approval through the city engineer's office. Correct?
Correct.
All right. Bob,
Yes.
Dick,
Yes.
Jack,
Yes.
Mayor,
Yes.
Tyson,
Yes.
Bryan.
Yes.
All right, motion carried, site development plan approved.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Andrew, is there anything on the radar for next month?
I did talk to a gentleman, but we're in a wait and see approach right now, so
Okay,
I will let you know via email.
okay, we will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposition? Meeting adjourned. Thank you all for attending.